My land is an opportunity to live happily and to make people around happy. My land is the place where you are known, where you can do something useful. This is my land. And I think that the coordinates are not relevant here. I'm from Donetsk. In today's situation, this is an example that you do not need to be completely upset. Even if someone captured your motherland, they did not take the opportunity to work. My education has little to do with fish. To be exact, it is not connected at all. I'm a radiophysicist. Andriy Karpiy has been engaged in breeding sturgeon for 3 years. Fish farmers are actively discussing the installation of a closed water supply system. Today, 3.346 entities engaged in the sphere of agriculture are registered in Ukraine. In 2017, these farms bred approximately 350 tons of fish, but most of them were bred in cage farms or open reservoirs, not in enclosed spaces. I see it this way. Sometimes we sit and discuss some problem at dinner, but we often cannot find the best solution. I decided to take a rest, and the next morning a solution came to my head. Andriy Karpiy is a radiophysicist. Even now, he is often distracted from his new business and returns to his native land. He rebuilt the TV tower in Slavyansk, resumed the signal, and revived a number of telecommunications satellite facilities on the frontline territory. The main part of my work is communication. First paging, then wireless installations related to broadcasting technologies. He was a pioneer in the construction of FM radio stations. The first 100, this is exactly my work. Even today I have to do such work and I never turn down an offer. It is very interesting to do some job when you enjoy it. Indeed, the combination of a hobby and a work is an ideal synergy. Andriy decided to take up the fish breeding business according to the instructions in an old manual, which he one day found on a local book market. At the exit, an old man was sitting and selling different books. He found some books and collected them his entire life. I saw a book with the title Manual, Industrial Fish of the USSR. I thought I would fail in this venture as I had never been engaged in fishing, and I was never interested in this sphere. In the Soviet Union, sturgeons were considered the most industrial fish. They were the most popular and of the highest quality. Its taste qualities, its caviar, which contains unsaturated fats such as omega-2, 3 and 4, and all other elements, is very beneficial for cancer patients and for pregnant women. Later, when I was resolving the issue of starting up this fish farm, this manual that I bought from the old codger was a great help. Today, Karpiy develops aquaculture, fish breeding under controlled conditions, on 10 hectares of a former dairy farm. This is exactly where the owner lives. There are 5 cowsheds, a veterinary ward, and 2 water towers functioning on the territory of this farm today. The first module lives and is fully operational. I've invested a lot of time and money in this business, a lot of literature and meetings with experts who are familiar and well-versed in the fish breeding industry. Among them are elderly fish farmers who have experience working on standard, indiscriminate ponds and lakes. I did the first test. I bought the first batch of fish, built swimming pools, and installed a biofilter and a special mechanical cleaning filter. The first purchase was 15,000 units, and the following year I bought another 20,000 units. So I bought 35,000 units in total. It is easy to manage such a farm. Everything is automated. The program itself controls the feeding process, air and pressure in the system. Everything is connected and works on a scale. One person can cope with this. All that is required is making quick decisions when the siren sounds. In intensive fish farming, you have only 15 to 20 minutes to save the fish. In natural conditions, this work is not a matter of one day or even a week. Here everything is brought in, and the density of planting on such farms exceeds 40 kg per cubic meter. I have swimming pools with a capacity of 170 kg of biomass per cubic meter, 10 to 15 minutes without oxygen, and this fish will not survive. Errors here are not forgiven, therefore only reservation, duplication, and a very urgent reaction. You must always have a solution. Give this fish purified water and oxygen so that they can live. When I came here for the first time in 2013 on this farm, there was total degeneration. And now I see that this operation is unique. It's like a genie in a bottle. And I know that all this is done by the hands of one person. In fish farming, the main resource is water. On this sturgeon farm, not a single drop of water is lost. Cyclical filtration and purification ensures this. In these boxes there are hundreds of millions of wireframes on which bacteria live, which allow to remove nitrogen from the water, oxidize it to nitrites, and then make nitrates from nitrites. After that, the water will go through ultraviolet purification, which eliminates viruses and bacteria. Closed water supply facilities consume water up to 10 to 20 times. In addition, the water is taken from the depths, not from sewage systems or rainwater, which are saturated with heavy metals. Infection of the fish is ruled out. Such intensive fish production is a part of the solution of preserving the ecology. In the UN Food Program, the products grown in aquaculture are registered as qualitative. The most valuable, of course, are protein, amino acids, lots of phosphorus, potassium, calcium, and those elements that are simply essential for the human body. According to the data of specialized institutions, the Ministry of Healthcare of Ukraine and international organizations, the Food and Agriculture Organization, the scientifically based norm of consumption of aquatic biological resources is around 20 to 22 kg per year. And if we are talking about countries of the European Union and Japan, then the level of consumption of aquatic bioresources reaches 60 to 80 kilograms per capita. Ukrainians eat only 10 kilograms of fish per year. Fishing is a source of survival. Using water resources to feed the family has become a form of entertainment, specifically recreation, leisure, tourism, and sport. The most avid fishermen quite often boast about their catch of roach, baster, and skimmer. They say that here they only recently caught sturgeon. They're so small that even an echo sounder cannot see them. Previously, I had a motorboat, which was very useful for fishing, and I chanced upon some eels and basters. Of course, it is easier to buy fish in some stores, but a fresh catch in a flowing river is always better and more satisfying. In spring, there are a lot of fish here. The only way to catch them is from a boat, and you need to have an echo sounder, otherwise you won't find a catch. Fishing is a special atmosphere. Some fishermen come to be alone with their spinning reel, while others go fishing with friends to drink beer, tell jokes, so your catch in a store is guaranteed, but you don't get the same thrill or satisfaction. How to select fish in a store? Look inside the head and the gills of a fish. They should be red or pink, and you can test the elasticity of a fish with your fingers to make sure it's fresh. Of course, bad fish will not multiply or grow properly. I think it's good that they breed. Sturgeon is a good fish, and the caviar is normal. Here we have a fingerling in the palm of my hand, and I caught only 3 of them from the entire school. You get real satisfaction. I have been fishing for 4 or 5 days, and only today I caught 4 fish. You know, to be quite honest, my adrenaline is off scale. Andriy Karpiy's catch is richer and always a winner. While the sturgeon is quite miserly, the technical breeding culture on the farm is always there. Karpiys Sturgeon. We grow it on drainage water so that the feed doesn't go to waste. The experiment was successful, says Karpiy. It is just scientific work. Sturgeons grow in barns, and the closed water supply system operates exclusively on fresh water. And this process even turns the water into an organic fertilizer, which is ideal for water and vegetables and all sorts of berries. In short, it's high time to build a greenhouse. Today, this module can produce 10 tons of fish products per year. It was planned as a 10-tonner. Realistically, according to practical figures, it can now produce 15 to 16 tons per year. As for caviar, we can get about 1% of 10 tons, if the process is executed correctly. The maximum goal is to build 5 cowsheds. These 5 cowsheds, which we see here, I want to modernize for growing fish. And I plan to further use the wastewater that comes out of the modules for growing plants according to the hydroponic method. The sturgeon status of the kingfish has strengthened. Dishes from sturgeon are varied and refined. Kebab with white wine, the broth with sour cream, Karpiys Sturgeon Bay, the New Year's salad bell with fish and mushrooms, or salad with persimmons and starlets stuffed with herbs and lemon can decorate any holiday table, and everyone will thoroughly enjoy its succulent taste. We once cooked a fish soup, a shish kebab, and some canned food. I did not allow myself to taste a lot of fish, but what I tried was absolutely delicious. In short, I thoroughly enjoy what I do. But the most delicious and nutritional part of sturgeons is its caviar. Starlets produce raw the quickest of all fish in the 5th year. Controlled conditions of aquaculture in temperature allow for speeding up their growth and reducing the time of starlet ripening up to 2 years. In captivity, approximately 1 kilogram of 3-year-old female fish can spawn every 9 months. For one spawn, the fish puts out around 16,000 roe.
3 года и из 3-граммового малька сейчас имеем рыбу навеской больше 6 килограмм.
3 years and you have the result. Of the 3-gram fry, we now have a fish weighing more than 6 kilograms. We distinguish males and females. It can be seen that some fish already show signs of the first stage roe, and this is a clear indication that there will be caviar. In Ukraine, the fish breeding industry is rapidly developed, but in order to make a business strategy for farmers, we need to stop the cycle, get the fingerlings from the roe. Only then will it be possible to calculate a draft budget and talk about supply and export of this product. In order to simplify this process, state institutions are developing financial programs. At present, there are no direct subsidies for entities that are engaged in fishing or fish farming. At the same time, the State Fishery Agency has drafted a number of legislative initiatives to amend the specialized law on state support of agricultural producers, which together with other types of agriculture will enable entrepreneurs engaged in fishing or aquaculture to participate in such support programs and be eligible for potential financing. Also, at the expense of international funds, Ukraine has been allocated 400 million euros in assistance through loans, a third of which is planned for spending on the needs of the fishery industry. Last year, the export of aquatic bioresources amounted to 10 tons, mainly to Germany. The integration of Ukraine into the European Union is proceeding, and competition in terms of the quality of Ukrainian sturgeon does not pose a threat to world producers, neither Norway nor China. Andriy Karpiy is waiting for export registration to be simplified. Then the kingfish of his products will be on the tables of all Europeans. It is very good when a person enjoys the business they are engaged in. It is important to realize that you enjoy your work. People like your product and your business is lucrative. You just want to wake up every day and do the work you enjoy doing. You see your goal and work to achieve it. It is also important that those around you appreciate the results of your hard work. Ultimately, you then know that you can provide people with a product that they are interested in. I believe that if people see that I succeeded in what I enjoy doing, they will most certainly understand and appreciate this.
Я считаю, что вот если у людей так же, как у меня, и так же они себя чувствуют, то они меня поймут сейчас.